This is just a rushed review that I want to do real quick. I have done some welding recently, and I just realized, hey, I should probably do a review. So here we are. I have a welding helmet. The front glass is missing. Could not tell you where it is. I think it needed to be replaced. But this has been a good, wonderful welding helmet for me. You dial in and just when you start welding, when you start welding, it will auto dim, which means it goes dark for you. When it goes dark for you, you don't have to guess where you're welding while being actively blind. If you're interested in a welding unit and you're new, this would be a cheaper welding helmet that will work just fine, especially if you're looking to do it just for employment. However, there are some caveats to cheaper and more expensive welding helmets, and the caveat is usually the battery life and ability or replaceability, and the quality of the paint that you get to show off your helmet. Everyone typically gets a helmet, but the shape of it, the colors on it, the designs on it is entirely up to you. Now, I'm a 5-year-old at heart, so I've got Goku and the Eternal Dragon, and I've got some symbols on mine. And quite frankly, it did really good for me. At first glance, you may think that this was a terrible choice to do this to a welding helmet, but let me tell you, I wore this to the company that I worked at that was owned by Japanese people, and some people who came from Japan saw this, and we started up conversations. We hit it off, and they taught me programming. Yes, I went from the guy that does the welding to the guy that does the programming. That's right. All from cartoons, as you call them. So I I actually accidentally did networking by being myself and personalizing my helmet. So if you go out and buy a really nice one, yeah, you might can project to people that you're more professional and maybe even get a better job. The alternative though is if you're paying that much for the paint job and all, you could just buy a cheaper one and put decals that you like on it far cheaper. Not everybody needs the same tribal red and black tribal paint design. Not everyone needs the same American flag helmet. And it's going to be the same as long as everybody wants the $500 welding helmet and everyone buys the $500 welding helmet. You're going to get one of those two designs and it's the same. You're the same. Um, Now, yes, this being cheaper, there is the question of batteries. Well, the batteries come out. They come out from the inside. They get replaced very easily. You have to watch a how-to video. And the basics are it has the light sensor. Looks a lot like the kind of solar scan from a calculator. Then on the inside, you have two dials. One is for the amount of brightness and dimness when it does dim. The other one is how quickly it dims when it senses the light. Now, I've never understood why somebody would want it to delay the dim. I would want it to dim immediately because you're playing with your eyes. But some people can't quite see when they're welding, and they want a couple extra seconds so that they can start, I guess. But I don't understand that enough to give you a good example of why you would do it or when you would do it or who would do it. I just know that I keep the delay on as low as possible. And it tints rather immediately, and I can actively see the weld going on with it tinted. So I just keep going and I do my weld. But it has both of those, and it has the grind setting and the light setting. Okay. So the light setting is here for how dark it's going to be. I might have misspoke a while ago. And then the sensitivity is the amount of light that it needs before it starts dimming. Now, the light sensitivity, you kind of want it somewhere in the middle, I imagine. You can look at this light and it doesn't go dim. But if you turn the sensitivity all the way down, then you look at the light and it can go dim depending on how bright your light is. And if you do that, when you have this on, it'll go dark before you start welding, and you can't see where you're supposed to be welding at to position yourself and all of this mess. So kind of finding the right place based on how much light you have in the place that you're welding at is a big thing. So this is the Antra ah6000. It's available at Harbor Freight, and I would like to have the little square to show you, but I left the place of employment where I did a lot of work with this, and I have not actually needed that screen for welding recently. I haven't welded very much, and I just did just the tiniest bit, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and do a review, you know. So my review is that it's a very nice product with replaceable parts. They even have included a QR code that has not worn away over the years, and it says accessories and parts. You can buy like a better strap or a replacement strap if it wears out. You can buy a new plastic shield. You can buy the new guts, batteries, new dial piece and stuff. You do that through Antra and not Harbor Freight, but these are available at Harbor Freight. The stickers are not. The stickers were me. I bought them on Amazon. I sell decals now. Message me if you're interested in anything. Just hit me up with a full description, asking me about how much it would be or whatever. And I need the size. I am restricted to the size of printer paper, but I can do portion on one, a portion on the other, and do long prints with multiple papers sideways, and I can do anything smaller than printer paper and cut it out for you. So hit me up if you're interested in anything, and I'll see what I can do. Right now I'm in the middle of an argument between me and my printer for not doing wireless, and I'm waiting for a USB cord to be delivered by mail. Snail mail. But I can do them, and I'm willing to do any kind of decals that you may want for your helmet for the future. And I know there's this thing about copyright. Well, we'll discuss what you're doing and whether or not I can get that for you. I do not infringe copyright. So let's discuss what you would like in email. Hit me up. In the description, I'll have my email, or you can just hit me up on the page, and we can discuss doing decals. But that is the Antra ah6000 welding helmet, and I don't have any problems with it. I have to give it 4 out of 5. Can't give it 5 out of 5 because I feel like welding helmets in general, I feel like they could add some batteries on the inside and make it last longer. I have had to replace the batteries in the 1.5 or 2 years that I've had it, or 3 years that I've had it. I don't remember how long I've had it, but it's been a long time. It has worked really well. My sister got it for me. I don't know if it was my birthday or what, but I was getting the job, and I wanted that helmet for when I started the job because I knew I was welding. I was good at welding. I was going to have to do some welding. So, anywho, I hope that that's helpful, that it gets 4 out of 5. And that you can see the product before you go buying something. It's not failed me. I can still see, and it has those really nice features that every single welding helmet has. Works just fine. So take it with a grain of salt, though. You may want the standard everyday, everybody has it, American flag welding helmet. You may want the tribal red and black welding helmet. They may have come out with a green one or a blue one by now, and that's cool. But that's an option that you have, and it was probably less than $70. So, it was a gift to me, so I don't know. And inflation has been an ass the last couple of years. So I can't really tell you how much you're going to spend on it, but it'll still be far cheaper than the rest of them. And with that, I'm going to say have a great day out there. Stay safe. Bye.